Liverpool, man. Started off the season great and were faring off well even with the injuries that they had. Come December though, they completely fell off, now sitting at 4th in the Premier League table, 10 points behind leader City despite having played one more game and being top just 6 match weeks ago. It's been a fall from grace for Liverpool, and injuries and outside factors have impacted them significantly. Liverpool had lost both their senior centre backs. It's common knowledge now, but at times in the season, they've had to play with one, if not two midfield players as centre back. Of course they won't be as solid, but that's not as bad as Nat Phillips, eh? But for real, Liverpool have really attacking fullbacks and sometimes have to stop them from going up, which is where they get a good source of their attack. Even with Thiago and Keita injured, Liverpool's midfield is second to every loose ball and outclassed there completely, especially physicality-wise and just tenacity. No creation comes from the Liverpool midfield too. The only source is Thiago, who can do so much himself. Thiago is a class player and likes to slow things down and pick passes. It's a good thing, but with none of Liverpool's other midfielders being a huge threat, he's closed down easily and never has time to make that final pass. Even if he's able to, without help he may struggle at times to dictate games, and it's an unreally high expectation to come to this league and boss it without much help. After all, he isn't Bruno Fernandes. Moving on, we know that Trent isn't great defensively. With center backs that don't have pace or the natural awareness that center backs usually have after playing for many years, he's forced to defend and has gotten turned so many times it's funny. Trent's side is a weak spot and opposition's targeted as they should. Robbo, on the other hand, or Robertson, has been doing his best and is quite good defensively, but world-class wingers can get the best of him. With a lack of midfield, it's hard for him to attack as well, but his problems are caused by Mane off it, to be honest. Let me go back to Trent though real quick. See, Trent is a risk-taking player. Usually, if he loses the ball, he'd be covered by Van Dijk and a really good midfield. It's not the case anymore. Anytime he loses the ball, a counter is on, which means that Trent can't play his natural game. Trent is a great player, just right now, things aren't working for him. After all, last season, Trent was a huge part of Liverpool with 13 assists for them in the Prem last season. He isn't being able to play his natural game, and he's being stuffed. When he does try to play it, he won't succeed. When he doesn't play it, he isn't Trent. You do know Robbo got 12 last season as well, right? They're huge for Liverpool, the fullbacks, and are being restricted by midfielders playing at centre back and having an off attack at the moment that just isn't clicking. Speaking of attack, let's talk about them. Firmino, let's talk about the defensive striker real quick. Man contributes to the team more than just scoring, but simply hasn't looked at it. His link-up, build-up play, and ability to drop back and dictate the game hasn't gotten going this season. He's tried, it just hasn't worked, yeah? Once Jota comes back, I'm sorry, but even Liverpool fans will agree with me that he needs benching for a bit. Not Jota, Firmino needs benching. And it doesn't help that Liverpool have no rotation for their entire front three either. Minamino's gone on loan, Shaq plays in the midfield to cover up gaps, and don't get me started on Origi. Salah has been scoring goals as usual, but had stinkers at times when it matters the most. It's quite impressive that Salah has played alright without great support from the right, but a lot of it has come from play starting on the left-hand side of Liverpool and him getting on the end of something. Mane as well has been quite on and off and not near his standard that he set last season and seasons before that. His usual creativity isn't helped at all, with Firmino looking static. It's almost as if teams have started to figure out this Liverpool side. For Mane, Salah, and Firmino, playing 3 years of consistent football without any breaks must be getting to them at this point. Maybe it's just a blip in form, but the lack of midfield and supply hasn't helped them at all, to be fair. But with the amount of the ball that they have, they should be creating chances for each other, which they haven't been able to do. I'm not gonna lie, based off of press conferences and all, I've noticed that Klopp's been quite annoying, to be honest. As a spectator, you never know what's going on in the locker room, but maybe he's upset with Liverpool's lack of signings? We'll never know. Overall, so much has gone wrong for Liverpool, but a combination of a lot of things has caused them to not perform recently, and right now, it doesn't look like things will pick up soon. Thanks so much for watching, you guys. I hope you enjoyed, and maybe help me get some recognition? Yeah, but I don't know, man. Your support means so much to me. You guys have been there, and we'll keep growing. Thanks so much for the support. Goodbye.